If you're thinking about building a home or buying new construction here in Austin, we need to talk. There's one thing we see happen over and over again, and that can completely change your experience. A lot of buyers walk into a model home thinking they don't need their own representation. They assume that the builder will guide them through everything, answer their questions, and ultimately look out for them. But what most buyers don't realize is that person is not representing you.
The builder rep is there to represent the builder. Their job is to sell homes, protect the builder's pricing, and keep everything moving in the builder's favor. But your role as a buyer is to have someone in your corner, and that's where we come in.
When we represent a buyer in new construction, everything shifts. We're looking at the same home, the same contract, the same process through completely different lenses. We're asking questions like, is this priced right for this phase of the neighborhood? Are there incentives being offered that you're not being told about yet? Are there things in this contract that could affect you later? Those are things buyers don't even ask.
Right? We had a client come to us after already signing with the builder, so we couldn't officially represent them. And they said everything felt easy at first, but now we feel completely on our own. There were multiple delays. Communication slowed way down. When they had concerns, they really didn't have anyone advocating for them. So they told us later, we just assumed the builder would help us through everything. Once you're under contract without representation, it's very difficult to bring someone in after the fact.
Builder contracts are also very different from resale contracts. They are written to protect the builder. There's flexibility built in for timelines, materials, and changes, but that flexibility is usually not in your favor.
We've seen contracts where the completion date can shift significantly, and if no one is walking you through that in plain language, it's really easy to miss.
We also worked with buyers who came to us after visiting a builder on their own, and they had already mentally committed to a home based on the model they saw. What they didn't realize is that the model home had tens of thousands of dollars of upgrades, so when they went to price it out, the home they could actually afford was very different, and no one really had slowed that down for them. That's one of the biggest things we do. We help align expectations early so there are no surprises later.
Another thing, let's talk about pricing, especially here in Austin. There is a big misconception that builders don't negotiate, and that's just not true. They may not always reduce the base price, but they are constantly adjusting incentives depending on the market, the inventory, and of course, timing. We've seen builders offer significant closing cost contributions, rate buy-downs, design center credits, even upgrades that aren't publicly advertised. And if you don't have someone who's in these communities every single day, you may not even know what's possible.
Amy and I spend a lot of time in new construction communities across Austin, in Cedar Park, Leander, Round Rock, Georgetown, all over. We have relationships with these builder reps. We know who's flexible, we know who's not, and when things are shifting.
Sometimes we know a builder is about to increase prices or that they're trying to move a few remaining homes quickly. And that kind of information can save buyers a lot of money.
Amy, let's talk about inspections.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the biggest things we will always stand firm on, and that is a third-party inspection. Builders will often say, you don't need one, it's a brand new home. Or they'll suggest doing an inspection right before that 1-year warranty expires. But here's the issue with that. You're missing things that are not even covered under the warranty.
So we had a situation where a buyer did not do a pre-drywall inspection. After they moved in, there were issues with how things were installed behind the walls. Things you simply cannot see once the home is finished. By the time they discovered it, some of it wasn't covered the way they expected it to be under their warranty. That's why we recommend inspections at multiple stages if it's possible. So we're talking foundation, pre-drywall, and definitely that final walkthrough. Because once everything is closed up, your options become much more limited.
Let's talk a little bit about the Design Center. The Design Center is where things can get really exciting and really expensive. And we love that part. It's fun, but it's also where buyers can overspend quickly on things that may not actually add value. So we can help you through what's worth upgrading through the builder, what you can do later on your own for less, and what will actually matter for resale down the line.
Timelines are another big thing. Delays happen in new construction. It's completely normal, but there's a difference between normal delays and situations where communication breakdowns or expectations are just simply not managed. We help you stay informed. We know the right questions to ask and make sure you're just not left guessing through the process.
We always want to address this because it's a big question. In almost every case, the builder pays the realtor commission. So having your own representation typically does not cost you anything, but it gives you someone advocating for you through one of the biggest purchases you'll make.
Especially here in Austin, things are very hyper local. One builder can be offering something completely different from another just a few miles away. One phase of a neighborhood can be priced differently than the next, and having someone who understands those nuances makes a big difference.
At the end of the day, the builder rep is there to sell the home. We love them. We're friends with builder reps. We love the builders, but we are here to protect you, guide you, and help you make the best decision for your situation.
If you're thinking about building or buying new construction in the Austin area, reach out to us before you walk into a model home. Because once you go in without your agent, it's often too late to bring one in.
We'd love to help you navigate it the right way from the very start.
Thanks so much for watching, and we hope this helps.